everybody, it's Kelly, and I'm back with another two-page Tuesday layout, or a two-page Tuesday layout for you. So today I'm going to be scrapbooking photos of my grandsons making Valentine's cakes for their mom and sister with their grandpa. So I thought this would be kind of a fun one to do today. And I'm going to start out with that blue diagonal stripe paper from Echo Park. That is the Lucky in Love collection, and it's the Be Mine paper. And I decided to use that just because there's a lot of blues in the photos. Grandpa and one of my grandsons are wearing blue, and then my daughter-in-law and my other grandson is wearing kind of a gray, and then my granddaughter obligingly wore some pink to help coordinate everything. So I'm starting with that diagonal paper, and I'm going to put it on this background of this dot paper, which also is the Echo Park Lucky in Love, and it's the Sweethearts paper. And I have a chipboard sheet from the Crate Paper Kiss Kiss collection that I've not used as much of, so that's where the Happy Valentine's Day is coming from. And I'm thinking I want some sort of border along the bottom here. I'm thinking about the heart paper or this heart paper, and I'm not really loving either of those two choices. That paper that's on there now is a little too white for my particular taste, and then the other one was a little bit too dark and too close to the background paper. The scale of the two prints was pretty much the same, and when you're coordinating papers, you want different scales in the prints. So you want like a small, medium, and a larger print, which in this particular case, the small and right now is the dot, and then that diagonal is going to be my large print. So I'm looking for something more of a medium print, which I didn't think I had in any of those choices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I know, and that's how I want to arrange these photos on this background. So then, just to kind of make sure that I'm cutting things the right size, I'm getting the photos on, kind of playing around with it, and I'm using my wax paper just to make sure that the title is sitting how I want the title to sit. And that will help me figure out what I want to do. And what I'm going to do is, I don't often use my ruler, but in this particular case, I want to use my ruler to kind of make sure that I get the spacing right when I cut it, because I'm not going to be able to leave the chipboard on there. And actually, now that I think about it, I can do that with my trimmer. I can, because of the way my blade sits, I use a Caterpillar Pro. It can sit on there, and I can use it, but I forget about that. And plus, I'm going to need the measurement anyway, because I want to do something similar on the other side. Right, I just brought in on the other side this little Valentine kind of balloon chipboard piece from that Kiss Kiss collection. And then I have a journaling card that is from Me and My Big Ideas. It was a wedding set, and I've talked about this before. I'm not scrapbooking the wedding anymore, but the cards had either grid or like a dot background, so I just saved those because they're white, and then I can use stickers and chipboard and washi tape and other sorts of, like here I'm going to use an L Studio sticker, which is from let's see, it's just from, I think I wrote it down. Oh yeah, it's just a sticker sheet. It's called Stickers, which was available with one of their monthly releases. But anyway, you can do stuff like that to enhance the card, and now it looks like it's part of that layout. And I didn't, well, I gave away, I did a giveaway for the rest of my products, but I did save some of the things that I know I would use, or that I knew I would use. All right, so now I'm back to doing what I know. So I'm going to punch out the centers of these and then just add that on. And I'm not going to make, they're not exactly the same measurement from side to side, but they're really close. And now I'm feeling comfortable with where that's sitting, how that's going to look. And I love that I was able to finally use these large pieces of chipboard. I'm single, so I don't have, I'm not scrapping about love for myself. So, and I didn't make Valentines this year. Sometimes I will do that, but I didn't this year. So I have a lot of Valentines stuff. And I do like to keep a small supply of like heart-themed goodies because I do scrap about other people, if nothing else. So, all right, so I just took my Creative Memories corner rounder there and rounded the two top corners. And now I'm thinking about what I want to do. And I'm toying with maybe using these borders here. And I like the idea, but the diagonal on that border strip matched the diagonal on the photo mat, so that didn't look right. Now, I do really like this particular sheet here, this fringed paper from the Crate Paper Heart Day collection. It's the Sweethearts paper. And I'm thinking about cutting that apart. This is going to be a little more complicated, however, because I was thinking it was arranged in the same order. It's not. So it was kind of fun trying to get the pieces that matched each other. Let's just put it that way. As I originally wanted to do 3. So now I'm thinking about, I want a border between that fringe paper and the diagonal paper. So that's what see, and I'm looking to kind of figure out how I want this to look, not really realizing, because what I was going to do is use the light, the dark pink, and then the medium pink strip there, but it's not the same where it repeats, because it doesn't repeat exactly. It actually repeats in reverse. So that would have looked weird from side to side, but they did have 2 of the strips. The dark pink and the light pink were in the same order. So I ended up doing a lot of cutting of strips to get what I wanted in the end. And it's going to take me a little bit to figure this out. Sorry, I probably should have cut this out, but I didn't. So we'll just talk through that and see how, there it is. It wasn't so bad. And then I thought about, oh, maybe when I cut that there, that one strip was there, I thought about maybe adding another strip, and then just decided not to do it. So on this side, it's not so hard to get it right because I can use that top strip. On the other side, it'll be a little bit harder. And then what I'll do is just, cut that off. The other thing you can do is, if you're not sure about your measurement, when you glue that bottom piece on, glue it towards the gutter, so the right side in this particular case. And then when you glue everything on, you can just cut it off to make sure that it's straight, because you'll have the edge of the background paper. I hope that you understand that. So I would glue this on first. It would be extending past that right border, and then when that was all glued on, I could flip it over and do it, turn it on. All right, so I think I bought these originally, this striped paper originally, because I thought it would be nice to use all those cards on the back, but it ended up being the perfect sheet to use for this layout. And now, doesn't that happen? We all know that that happens, right? So I really should have done that in this particular case where I glued it to the outside, because I made my job to get this trimmed a little bit harder, because I actually trimmed, I actually glued the paper down. I had to, or I wouldn't have been able to get this on straight. So I made my job a little bit harder. It would have been easier to do it the other way. All right, so here is that heart. It's kind of like a washi tape. It's a trim, I guess, more than anything. And that came from the Target Dollar Spot, or whatever they're calling that now. And my heart border strip is not going to extend the same width on both sides. It's going to extend a little bit more on the left than the right, which is kind of the beginning of the layout, so I'm okay with that. It's where your eye is going to start, is on the left side, at least in the country I live in, the United States, because we read left to right. All right, so I'm just about done getting that done. Now, the fun part, the embellishing part. Not that the other part wasn't fun, but I have that chipboard arrow again from that Kiss Kiss collection. And then I have this little sticker here that says Happy Valentine's Day. And that came from the Crate Paper Love Notes accent stickers. Somehow I ended up with 2 sheets of that. So I've been working my way through, and what I have left really says Happy Valentine's Day, so unless I'm making Valentines, it's hard to use those, I guess, because I don't scrap Valentine's Day all that often. And sorry, you guys, I'm getting a little low here, and you're not seeing it, but I've got a lot of detail shots here, so you'll be able to see that. That's another, on the bottom right there, that's another piece from the Crate Paper Love Kiss Kiss chipboard. And then I'm kind of trying to figure out, I want to put another piece or a couple pieces here. So I have that accent sticker there from that says My Valentine that I'm just putting up in that little cluster. And then I found this little love sort of banner sticker. Kind of trying to figure out where to put that, and I decided to put that up there so it extends into the top a little bit. So I'm not mirroring it everything exactly from side to side, but there are things in common. So when you look at the detail shots, excuse me, when you look at the detail shots, I'm going to add a couple of things in here after I shut the camera off, because I realized I wanted to put some phrase stickers on here that I forgot. Those came from the Here and Now phrase stickers, and I put one above the Happy Valentine's label, and then I add one on the journaling card at the bottom, and then I add one right, it's going to cover that word on the chipboard there. I'm adding these heart puffy stickers from the Pebbles puffy stickers. I don't know what collection that came from, and I'll fuss a little bit about which exact stickers are going on. And then again, when the camera is off, I added some My Mind's Eye collectible Unforgettable First enamel dots in sort of a hot pink color as well. I'm trying to work my way through that particular pack. Saw them on my desk and decided, ooh, those would be the perfect little finishing touch. Just another size, a really tiny size on this particular layout. So I am almost done with this, just adding those last stickers in. So there will be a still shot and a lot of detail shots here. Hope you guys are well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.